As always, we're going to start with the breath. So I'd like you to take a deep breath in and just let it go. So breathing in and breathing out, just let it go. And then just let your breath return to its normal rhythm. And as usual, we're just going to start to center ourselves and bring our awareness just to where we are right now, at this moment. Just breathing in and breathing out. Just letting your shoulders relax. Just feeling your jaw just dropping as well as you relax. And if it's comfortable for you to do so, you can close your eyes. Just breathing normally in and out, focusing on that breath. And we're just going to do our little visualization exercise. So I want you just to imagine for a moment that you can see around you, about 2 feet outside of your body, a cylinder. It is clear, totally transparent, and you can see through it in all directions. And the temperature inside the cylinder is perfect for you, and you can just breathe normally. And for the moment, I would like you to feel the power of that cylinder enveloping you, keeping you safe, allowing you to let go of any stress or worries that you may have, and bringing you to a place of calm where you are feeling totally relaxed. Just breathing normally. Concentrating on the cylinder, I want you to see that it stretches downwards into the earth, going deep into the earth. And as you look upwards, you can see that it stretches endlessly upwards through the sky and up into the universe. As you move, the cylinder moves with you. Even if you walk through crowded places, the cylinder stays with you. You can release any heaviness or anything that is troubling you down through the cylinder and into the earth. And the earth receives it from you, taking it away and allowing you to just let it go. You're just breathing normally. And when you're ready, bring your awareness above your head and just feel as you look up, up, and through the cylinder that you are really making a deep connection with yourself. And allow whatever you need right now to come to you. Maybe you'll feel a sense of peace washing over you, a calmness, perhaps maybe some thoughts, a message from your inner self. Maybe nothing specific, but just rest in this place of your consciousness and feel the connection from high up in the cylinder coming down to you through the cylinder and into the earth, providing you with stability and calm. Just gonna stay with our cylinder. And we're just going to come back to focus on our breath. I'd like you to take a deep breath in. And just let that go. And another deep breath in. And just let that go. And when you're ready, open your eyes and allow the cylinder to dissolve. And you can carry on your day knowing that at any time you can return to the process whenever you feel that you need to. So I'm just going to stretch, lift my hands up above my head and give them a little shake. Do my jazz hands, tap the toes, just making that connection with the ground. Oh my God, sorry. I'm going to wiggle my booty in the chair. Little shake, and then I'm going to have a big drink of my water that I've got sitting here. So I'm sorry if the speakers pick up me having a big gulp of my water. I'm not sure how sensitive they are to that. Okay. So for today, I think I will just start with a border. And I know we're drawing our little whirligig pattern, but I just think I'll kind of confine the space. So I'm going to start with my 4 dots, 1 in each corner. And you can use a breath when you're drawing your lines, so you can breathe in and out, and in and out. Okay, so I've got my border. And I'm just going to basically start. I'm not going to put my S right in the middle. I'm going to basically just start it just ever so slightly off center over here. So I'm just going to start with that. And I'm going to come from the top, but obviously it doesn't matter if you come from the top or the bottom, but as long as you know when you've started. So if I come from the top and round, then I'll now take this one around. And then I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to go a little bit wider this time. And come around, and I'm going to go a little bit wider this time. And then we're going to come around a little bit wider this time. It's bumping off. And then it would, I imagine, come up somewhere like that. And then I'm just going to turn that around just so I can comfortably come around. And then I'm just going to let that disappear off the edge. And that one, I'm going to just do the same, let that disappear off. And I'll just come back round and imagine where that might end up. And then I'll just stop there. So for the inside one, I'm going to stick to the traditional Marasu pattern because we're basically working on what we did last week and just taking it a bit further. So I'm basically just going to start with lines. So I'm going to start with the first one, just a little line across, and then just working out of that. So it creates a little triangle, but because obviously it's supposedly going in. And when I do my lines, I'm not going to do them straight. They're curved because I'm imagining that this is like a house, and so it's a round item, and so I'm kind of going to just do little curved lines. Okay, and I'm just going to work my way around doing those little curves. Okay. And then that's going to work its way around to here. So you might see just a couple of little lines as it's kind of building its way back around. And you can imagine that they're, it's bumped off the edge there. But there's some little spots where you might just see your lines. And just carry that round. Carry that round. Oops. So now you've got two distinctive tubes, basically. So one on the inside and the one on the outside. So with our Marasu pattern, it's naturally auraed and coloured. So I'm going to go and start doing that bit now. But like I did last week, I'm going to just start with the first little bit and colour that in. Okay. And then I'll have a little aura line, oops, on there, a little aura line on there. So I think I'll actually colour that all at the end. Oops, I've lost my, sorry, I've just lost my aura. Okay, so I'm going to have one bit that's coloured and then one bit that's clear. So I'm going to aura the lines. So I'm actually going to go around and just aura all the lines first, because that's probably going to be the easiest thing to do. I'll just do little auras all the way around. And somewhere I've kind of made the gaps quite wide. I might actually put the aura on the inside just so that it kind of balances up some of my distances really between. But you can decide that where if your aura is going on the inside or the outside, it doesn't matter. And just taking your time, breathing normally. And just focusing on the line that you're drawing right now. Okay. So I'm just going to get my thicker pen because we're colouring in. And just like last week, because I've coloured that one in, I want to leave one blank. So I'm just going to do a little dot and leave that one, do a little dot and leave that one, little dot, leave that one, because the ones that have the little dot are going to be coloured in. And you want to always leave one, colour one. And it's just easier if you know as you're going around which ones you're going to be colouring in. Because I know that previously I have coloured in one and I shouldn't have. So it's just a way of making sure that you Not colored, colored. Don't accidentally color one in. Okay. So we've got that set up. And also we're going to leave a little bit of a highlight as well. So just remember to just come up to the middle, but leave some white space. And this week I'm actually going to leave quite a distinct sparkle really on mine. So I'm going to actually just playing with the shading just to create a reflection. So I'm actually going to leave a very distinct line of shade and I mean reflection, sorry. So just because this is quite a thick marker, I can really just dot it. And I can always come in with my other pen and add and sort of tidy up. I'm just going to come along and just go upwards and stop and then come down and stop. And it wouldn't have a distinct straight line, you know, when you're coloring in, you wouldn't be coming up and like just doing a straight line in color because reflection isn't that. Oh, I've just got uncolored in the wrong one because I was talking. Oh dear. Oh well, okay. This will be a long tube then. Don't know what I'm going to do there. We'll work something out. Got a very long colored bit. I was just going to say not to have straight edges on your edges because obviously it's a reflection and it wouldn't be very distinctly straight edged. Not to worry. So I've got dots on all the other ones now. To work what I'm going to do because I've dotted everyone anyway now, haven't I? So oh, just remember that. So I'm going to just do a big one. Bear with me. I'll just have a very large coloured area. I think it's just going to have to be what it is. I'll try and she should be concentrating now. You're just going to work your way around, just coloring in that space, just focusing on the marks that you're making right now. I'm just going to get my finer pen now and just kind of go in and really sort out the detail, because just kind of covering where I've missed with the thicker pen and thickening up some of the lines and just basically giving some definition to some of the space as well, so that it's tying it all in really. Kind of rounding off the tops and bottoms as well, kind of, I think. Just, you may have just kind of missed those bottom edges when you were coloring. You can just kind of come in, or if you've gone over a little bit, you can just kind of thicken up maybe a little bit, just depending on how your coloring's gone. Just kind of reaffirming a line there because I kind of colored it right in, but I'm just reaffirming a bit of a line so that there's a distinction. So it kind of looks like a hollow. And on the inside one, I think I'm just going to do some pearls to kind of just, I don't really want to fill it with very small things. So you could either just have lines. I think I might want some kind of circles. So I'm just going to do little oval pearl shapes. So I'm just going to work my way around, just filling it. With little orbs, really. So like the park where they kind of look like they're tucking behind each other. I'm just going to touch the top and the bottom edge. And as the tube widens, make sure that you draw your arcs bigger. Just fill in that space. Focusing on that line that you're making right now. Remembering to breathe. Sometimes when we concentrate, we just stop. So I'm just going to come around now and just fill in the bottoms. Just kind of covering in that white space in between each of the little pearls. So there might be a little bit of white space top and bottom. Just kind of going to go around and just fill that in. Like a little sort of triangle at the top and at the bottom. Kind of going to go around the bottom and then turn it around and do the other side, I think. And this is just really giving the orbs some kind of definition, really, and making them stand out a lot. So I'm just going to turn it around and do the other side now. Okay. Oh, I missed a couple in the middle actually. Just do those. Okay. So you could imagine if you were using color and pencils, different colors, you could really make that pop on the page. If you had different color pens and things, I think that would look really interesting. So I've done my perk and that, and I think what I'm going to just do is I'm gonna, because I want to leave some white space, but I think I'm gonna, I'll go around my border first. So I'm going to firm up my border. And then I'm just going to do some mist, I think, in the background. So I don't want to maybe go, actually I might do flux because I don't really want, I want to leave some white space. I think I might just do some flux along the border. Just kind of, so actually I might make it look kind of like, just sort of organic. And then not up to that top edge. And then I'm going to just do some circles, so little orbs. So like whenever we do the vertical, isn't it? And you just add the little orbs. I'm just going to add a couple of little orbs, so it kind of looks like a landscape of some sort just on the bottom here. I know it's there's no orientation at one's entangled, so it could be any way around. And I think it's usually better if you have an odd number, so like 3 or 5, rather, or 1. I think we like odd numbers better. Just going to have some little fescues. just a little bit of organic. And then just on my flux, I'm just going to do some little lines coming off it. Very, very faint little strokes. Just to give it some texture. So just like little brush strokes. Just fanning out from the bottom. Okay. Right. I'm going to add some shading now. So actually while I'm on the flux, I'll just do the flux. So I'll just come in and shade on the base of the flux where I've just been adding that texture. And actually just where I've got some spaces, I'm just going to darken that in with my pen. Some little places where they kind of overlap and things. I'm just going to bring my pen in and just thicken that line up a little bit. It's just to add a little bit of depth to it. And then with my turtle on, I'm just going to blend that out. And just remember to leave a little bit of white so that you've got that contrast between the light and the dark. And I'll just come along the edge of that as well. Okay. So on my Marasu, I'm actually going to match my shading to the reflection that I've done. So I'm going to basically put some pencil top and bottom of each of the white bits and then blend that so that it's leaving an equal reflection all the way around. So let's just add A little bit of pencil, top and bottom, on each of those white bits. Top and bottom. Top, bottom. And then I'm going to blend that up and blend down. Blend up. And you're leaving a reflection on the white bit as well, basically. And you can always add more. So, you know, just see where you're at now and then think, right, do I need a little bit more pencil there? Is that enough? And then on my little perks, I'll probably come in and add a bit more. Actually, I'll come along the outer edge here. I'm going to just add some more pencil along this outer edge here. Like so. And then define that inner edge as well. So come along and add a little bit there. Just defining the circular nature of this. To get it to pop out off the page for you. Oh, I've left these two out. And shaded those ones. Do that one. Okay, so I'm just gonna go around that edge that I've added the shade to. I know I say shading, but they call it contrast, and sometimes I always say you're adding contrast to make things pop. Be careful where the black pen is. Oh, my little circles. I'm going to just go and do like a C shape in each one. Just like as if you're drawing a C. I've got plenty of pencil on the paper already, so I don't really need to add any just now. So by doing a little C shape, you're leaving some of that circle white so that you've got that contrast. Even on the little ones, just little C. So I'm just going to come along this edge with my fescue. It's kind of blend out a little bit of going to come back in with my black marker because in some of these areas I've got a lot of pencil down and I just want to reaffirm the marker. Sometimes things can get a bit lost when you've put the shade down. So it's just kind of making it pop a little bit more. So you can just redefine your lines. Just give that shape. And just a thickening anyway of the pen can make a big difference just on creating depth. Just that little extra line added can really just give them a huge sort of like texture and definition. And as I say, don't be afraid to come in and add a little bit more if you think that it needs it. And then you can just turn your tile and just think, is that where you want it to be now? Are you happy with everything? Do you need a little bit more of the shade? And if you're happy with it, you can just come in and add your signature. Just need to okay. So I'm going to just add my signature just down in this little corner down here because there's a space. I'm just going to pop a PB there. And then I'll just turn it over. And today's date is the 12th of January, so I'm going to put my name. Zentangle session, just so I know it was one of my classes. It's on the 12th of January, 2023. I have to keep remembering. And we have done double Marasu and perk and flux. Oh, and fescue.